Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me for another wonderful episode of the Primecast. We took a few weeks off. I do apologize for that. I did it simply out of the fact that we had gotten off schedule, and I wanted to get us back on schedule. That way, things kind of worked out, not only here on the channel, but also in my personal life as well. So we delayed it by an extra week or two. That way we could kind of get things back on track. And we got a fantastic episode for you tonight. This is the big EVO episode. We literally go to EVO next week, international tournament, fighting the best in the world for, bragging rights, supremacy, and, probably a little bit of money as well. But we're also going to see a lot of fantastic stuff while we're there. I will try to keep you updated as I see it. But I am obviously not doing this episode alone. I am here with my wonderful co-host once again, Mr. Hoarder Gamer. What's
Hello,
going on,
everybody?
Hoarder? How you doing?
How's everybody doing?
I am doing, well, a hell of a lot better than I was earlier in the week. So let's just leave it there. And of course, we have our panel of guests with us as well for this big episode. And we got a ton of stuff to talk to you guys about tonight. We're going to talk about EVO. We're going to talk about the big changes coming to Mortal Kombat 1. We're going to talk about the First Descendant. We're going to talk about Captain America. We're going to talk about the boys. And, we might kick some more dirt on Suicide Squad shoes. Why mess with tradition, But let me go ahead and introduce our guest. He is no stranger to this stage. You know him. You love him. If you don't, what are you doing with your life? Mr. Ragnarok. What's going on, Rag?
What's going on, everybody? And I have but one important question to you, the chat, and everyone else. Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Do I believe in what?
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
Who's Joe Hendry?
Okay. You will believe, sir.
Okay.
How about you, Hoarder?
I don't know who that is either.
You will believe.
And then, of course, if you've been around the FGC scene for a number of years, you are definitely no stranger to this guy. This man has personally decorated an entire wall of my stream room, and he is your resident, American player hater in the FGC, none other than Healed DCB, Curtis of Dynamik Custom Beadworks. What's going on, Kurt? How you doing?
Is going on, everybody? Thank you for having me out here. Hope everybody's doing well and all that good stuff. And to answer my boy Rag, I do believe in Joe Hendry.
Good man.
Y'all gonna make me have to Google this some bitch while we're doing. And then last but definitely not least, one of the young bloods of the FGC kind of exploded onto the scene, and he has been climbing that ladder rung by rung ever since, making his name known. Recently acquired by Critical Reaction, none other than Sparkz, the Tanya Goro professional. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good today. How's everybody else doing? And I also don't know who Joe Hendry is.
By the end of the night,
starting to feel like a race thing.
By the end of the night, you will all believe.
Okay.
What's his name?
Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I gotta search this out.
Oh, this is a wrestling thing. Never mind. Okay, so I don't know if I believe in him yet.
We will play the video later.
Just simply because I see TNA in his name, and nothing good ever comes from TNA unless their name is Samoa Joe.
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
That's whoa.
I said it.
Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns,
AJ Styles,
Is it Jordan with TNA?
Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
All right. We had a full itinerary lineup for you folks. We're going to go ahead and just throw it out the window because it's just TNA in its prime, starting from the early days, being owned by Jeff Jarrett, following its ownership by Panda Energy and Dixie Carter to where it is now. So
now, see, I've heard that name, Dixie Carter. No good ever comes from that name.
That is.
Well, it's also she was also an actress from Designing Women. From the 80s. That name.
So the soap opera actress decided they want to go do professional wrestling.
No, it's someone else, I'm sure, but they have the same name.
I can see the vein just bulging out of Ragnarok's head right now.
we will play the video for you all later, and you will all believe in Joe Hendry. Carry on.
All right. But all right. As tradition on this podcast, we're going to go around the table here. And Hoarder, what you been playing, or what's something cool that's happened to you?
I've played a lot of the first Descendant. Now, I'm not the first of the Descendants. I'm, one of many, but I do like the game. Also, too, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, Mrs. Freeze, amazing is what I'd be saying if she actually launched. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to save it. I'm just going to save it for, Rag, what you been playing, or what's something cool that happened to
you? I have continued my journey, my long, excruciating, controller gripping journey of trying to become the Elden Ring of the Shadow of the Erdtree. And whoever designed Rolana, your mom's a hoe.
Damn, it's like that, huh?
Yeah.
And Sparkz, I have a pretty good idea what you've been playing. Sparkz, what you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 1. I've been learning Homelander, just following everybody else.
Yeah, I'm the only one that doesn't
Steam.
seem to want to be on that train. Like, I played him for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't want to play this.
I play him with Jax. It's really fun. I'm
doing,
playing him for fun. I'm not playing him to win. I'd be playing Cam then. But
and Curtis, what you been playing, or what's something cool that's been happening?
I've been playing nothing really but a lot of Marvel Snap. That game has sucked me in since release. And then I took a look at my Steam library because, Steam Summer Sale just was ended a couple days ago. And I was like, oh, yeah, I do have Hi-Fi Rush on my game log. So I started playing that, too. So
right on.
It's very good.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush is pretty damn good. I'm pretty much in the same ballpark as Sparkz. Been, whether I want to or not, been playing a lot of Mortal Kombat 1. Excruciatingly so, to the point that I was just like, I got to play something else or I'm going to have an embolism. The online makes me so angry. So when I haven't been playing MK, we've been blowing the dust off Tekken a little bit. And then the game I have been playing to kind of cool down from all of it, because us, because apparently 40 years old in the FGC means I'm a fossil at this point. Yeah. Us old guys have to have something to kind of cool off. So I've been playing a lot of Gundam Breaker 3 in preparation of Gundam Breaker 4 releasing in August. Played a little Destiny, played a little bit of First Descendant, but I will kind of save my thoughts on that until we talk about that in detail. But for the most part, yeah, it's just been getting EVO ready. A lot of Mortal Kombat, a lot of Raiden, a lot of Omni-Man. Sparkz, I did unfortunately join the dark side. I have been playing Johnny Cage.
Hey, he's still good right now. Yeah, I don't listen to other people. People saying he's dropped a lot. Like all the Johnny players dropped him, and I'm like, why?
Like
that character is so dumb.
He lost his 0-frame parry, and everybody drops him. Why?
Because people want cruise control to win. That's what they want. They don't
I blame the Johnny Cage player. They've been problematic. Johnny Cage's been problematic since MK9. He was silly then. He was silly in MKX, at least in the beginning. He was stupid in MK11. He's dumb as hell in MK1. That character is an ongoing problem.
He is the Aquaman of MK. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. No matter what you do to him, how he's put together is what makes him so good. And if you nerf him, you nerf what he is, he will go from one of the best characters in the game into one of the worst characters of the game. So I'm pretty sure because they know that, they're afraid to touch him hard. But we'll also save that for the MK section, because that is a whole conversation in and of itself.
Fuck Johnny Cage.
I agree.
And Blanca. Fuck them both.
I don't agree as much.
And Xiao Yu. She can get it too.
I'm with you on the Xiao Yu one. The hell with that bitch. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move into my favorite segment, Hoarder's favorite segment, your all favorite segment. It's time for us to show our double Ds.
Yeah.
For those of you new to the channel, this is the section that I named inappropriately just to kind of sum up. There's a lot of looter shooter people in this community. Hell, I'm nicknamed Destiny Dad. I'm assuming he has some kind of nickname. I just haven't heard it yet. I'm sure it's very sexy.
Wait
just
till you
to
hear
go
it.
with this title, you know. But we talk about Destiny. We talk about Diablo. We've unfortunately just been smacking Suicide Squad around because it doesn't give us anything else to work with. And you know what? This week will be no different.
Arctic feel kind of bad for them. Like they just keep getting dogpiled all the time.
Like they just keep catching strays, man, and there's just absolutely nothing they can do about it because every time they take a shot, they just shoot themselves right in the foot.
Like what's it that Simpsons meme? It's like stop.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
So the first nail in the coffin this week is that Epic or Xbox, I don't remember, Prime is now giving the game away for free.
Yeah, I think on Prime Day on Tuesday
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, I believe it's the Steam version, right?
I believe so. Don't quote me on it 100%. But the game has officially gone free to play if you knew where to look. So you can now play this game for free $99, regardless of how you felt about it. But to add insult to injury, Chapter 2 or Season 2, whatever you want to call it.
It's slightly complicated. So it's Season 3, Chapter 2, or Chapter 2, Season 3.
I don't have enough breadcrumbs to get home. What the?
Yeah.
So that got delayed by 2 weeks. Now, first and foremost, I applaud Rocksteady for coming out and just saying that, you know what, this ain't ready yet. We want to make sure it's ready, so we're going to delay it. Here's where you screwed up. You are now releasing this game, or the content for this game, right off the coattails of a newly released MMO looter shooter game that is also free to play in the First Descendant. So people are already waist deep into that.
Over 10 million people have played it already.
Yep. You have also decided to release this right smack in the middle of a content dump from Destiny 2, your biggest competition. Furthermore, you are releasing this the same day as a brand new character dropping in Mortal Kombat 1, along with a gigantic balance change that is going to change how this game is played, and a brand new content update with new characters from Tekken 8. Riding right off the coattails of the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. What made you think this was going to be a good idea?
I can make it seem even worse. I believe the Marvel Rivals like beta or whatever, console or whatever, I think is that week as well.
I'd rather play that. That game looks like more fun.
Yeah. Woo.
Now, the naive part of me is hoping that maybe they did this so they could use San Diego Comic-Con, which starts the day it launches, as promotion. So that's the naive part of me. That naive part of me also is hoping that maybe they push it back so they could actually do a detailed blog, because they've been doing blogs and they said they would do blogs when important things are being announced. Pretty important. This is pretty important. And then like maybe a character trailer or a deep dive. That's the naive part of me thinking they pushed it back maybe for one of those reasons or more than one.
Yet we still haven't seen fuck all from that.
I know. Well, I mean, we'd find out. They just did it, 48 hours before it came out. So it was like Tuesday, they said it's not coming out, and it was supposed to come out last Thursday. So if we saw any of this that I just mentioned, that would be like in the next couple days. It'd be like tomorrow or Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it continues to look worse and worse and worse for this game. And I will be the first one to admit, I really don't want to have to dump on this game every other week. But in order for me to not dump on this game every other week, you need to give me something that isn't going to dump on the game every other week.
I mean, the naive part of me would think that they would just dump this game in the, like, you know, those memes where like you don't want to offend somebody's food, so you have you put the paper plate down in the trash can so they can't see.
Yeah.
That would be Suicide Squad. It's in the trash, paper plate over it, and they announce that they're doing an Arkham style game with another DC character.
The campaign is great, though. So I do want to get that out there. This isn't like a trash game. It's a triple A. It looks beautiful. It's got a lot of great elements, but it doesn't know how to deliver content during the seasons, like story content and stuff. It doesn't really know how to do that. Needs more game modes. You're going to laugh, but even needs more microtransactions. No DCU outfits whatsoever. That makes absolutely no sense. Almost no comic outfits whatsoever.
Yeah, like that is the world's biggest missed opportunity right there. Like, because you and me, Hoarder, we come from a very extensive looter shooter background. Me from Destiny and Avengers, you from Avengers and Diablo.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen monetization done right.
Yes.
To where we're just like, oh my God, I need that and I need that right now. And
especially
then
with Marvel's Avengers, yeah.
Yeah. And well, I was honestly referring to Destiny because Avengers, in my opinion, like they did it right and then they did it horribly wrong.
Sure.
Yeah. Where like some stuff they did really well and then other stuff you just kind of sit there and go, what the hell were you thinking?
Also took him like 6 months to get any of the MCU outfits, if I recall.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But like, yeah, that is the biggest miss of them all when it comes to Suicide Squad is like any of these classic costumes that people will buy and they will buy without thinking and you haven't.
People will buy 10 Harley outfits. I almost guarantee it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
10.
You put out like Harley's
Double
full
that number.
wardrobe and like watch that thing sell as a licensed print money. It would be absolutely insane, but they continue to not do it. And it really just goes right back to that statement that we made so long ago that like this game's on Skeleton Crew and they're just riding out the wave at this point. Like whenever they're done with the content, that's it. The game's already dead in their head.
Just
so
put
here's something crazy though, real quick. I want to say, it is the 8th best-selling game this year. So sales have been crazy for it during this year. So honestly, I think they need more than a Skeleton Crew working on it. It's what I would do at this point, but go ahead, Rag.
I was going to say, just put my fries in the bag. When I get this, you can give me my Superman game, goddammit. But yes,
I mean, I'm right there on that park bench with you. I've been waiting for a good Superman game for God knows how long. And
I'm definitely
fully convinced we're not going to get it.
So one thing I want to say is, let's see what I was going to say here. Oh my God. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. I forget. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's okay. But with this game now essentially being free to play, well, we already got Rag's answer. It's free and he still don't want to play it. When tournament season kind of calms down, how about you, Sparkz? Do you think you may give Suicide Squad a look?
No, I've never really liked it. I've seen it from the sidelines and never really thought I would play it.
Gotcha.
I'm going to be on the same team as Ragnarok here.
Yeah. I mean, at least you had that decision right away. Like me and Hoarder played it. Well, Hoarder's still sitting there supportive, which I
and I'll try Mrs. Freeze. I mean, I think it sounds interesting, and Joker was awesome
a long time ago.
Joker was really good.
Yeah. How about you, Kurt? Think you may give it a try now that it's free?
Probably not. I've watched you play. I've watched other people play, and everyone just says how just negatively about the game. So I'm just like, if it's that bad, and with everything going on, I'm like, even it being free is not appealing to me at all to make me, if I want to play a bad game for free, I got plenty of those around,
Yeah, I think for me, it will continue to be uninstalled. Like it was told to me not too long ago, like if you have time to play this, then you have time to practice. So that's pretty much what I've been doing with my time. So
Ragnarok, real quick, I remember what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Basically, the reason that they haven't canned the game is because Zaslav is pushing games as a service hard. So if they were to do this with one of their first big games as a service, it would affect everything they have planned for the future of their gaming. So they're not willing to do that. Also, they pretty much made a commitment that it would be a year of content, 4 seasons. So, and they reiterated that the 4 seasons are still coming.
Okay. They made a schedule and there's sticking to it more or less. So I'll give them respect for that.
In that case, wake me when Deathstroke shows up.
I will.
Yeah, it's like I'll take a look at it then. Because I mean, like all the seasonal content staying in the game, right? Like you could play it from start to finish. So
yeah, FOMO is something they wanted to avoid with this game. Yes.
All right, then yeah, perfect. I'll just play everything I missed all in one go. Perfect.
Just give me a Constantine game.
A better Constantine game because
that would be awesome. But if it sounds like it'd be incredibly complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make.
I think a Justice League Dark game would be even better. I get on all those characters.
I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, like, if you can make something like Evil West, you could make a good Constantine game. I think you could definitely pull it off because I mean, hell, the game that was based off the movie wasn't the worst thing I've played, and you know, it's not its fault. It was on the original Xbox. Like they were working with what they had. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
But overall, that's pretty much everything in Double D's. One little thing on the Destiny front for my Destiny people out there. Expect a change in how they deliver content in episode 2, which I think it's called Revenant. We're in the middle of episode 1 right now. Act 2 literally drops next week. Doing 3 acts instead of 4 seasons type of deal. They are delivering the entirety of episode 2 all at once.
Oh.
So if you blow through it in a day and I hear any of you bitch about not having anything to do in Destiny for weeks because you did 3 months worth of content in one day, I don't want to fucking hear it. I will ban you from my channel. Grow up.
I mean, people did the same thing when the Elden Ring DLC dropped. It was like 2 days in. Like, I beat it. Like, what? Why?
Like, let it breathe. Like, Jesus.
Like, you tell me you waited like a year plus, paid $40 just to speed run the whole thing in a day and two? Like, no, I'm taking my time. I want to enjoy it. I
mean, unless you are a legitimate runner, because like I'm a legitimate speedrunner. I'm globally ranked in Sifu and Resident Evil 3, and I would have to go back and look at speedrun.com, but I think I'm still in the top 5 like world's fastest for the Terminator Sega Genesis. But unless you're a legitimate speedrunner, like take your time. Like I like the weekly content drop. I get to go have fun for a couple hours and okay, that's done. Now I can go do other things. And like you're supposed to take frequent breaks from these games. That's how live service games work. You're not meant to play it every single day.
Correct. Yeah.
And the sooner people realize that, the better. But moving on from there, speaking of live service game, the first Descendant has been out for about a week now. Maybe 2. Is it a week or 2?
It came out like not last Tuesday, but Tuesday before.
Okay, so going on 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. The past couple weeks have been a blur for me. I am a Nexon partner. Porter, I believe you are also a Nexon partner.
I am, yes.
Anybody else? Like, I've been bombarded by ads on Twitch for this game and YouTube. Yes. Anybody else like
and Twitter
had a chance to look at this yet?
I've never seen an ad for the game.
No.
I have not seen an ad for the game. I have seen the game, and I've seen the gameplay.
So, I got to be real here in Nexon. I'm sorry in advance, but I do have to be transparent. I find it very difficult to play this game for longer than maybe like an hour. I understand monetization is not negotiable when it comes to a free-to-play game. The game has to have a way to make money. I'm fine with that. But I feel like the monetization of this game is a little too aggressive. Would anybody agree? Like, I shouldn't have to pay $5 for blue for each character I own.
I agree. That is egregious, and fans have talked to Nexon about that, and they've made a number of changes to the game already based on what fans have said. I will say that that I do feel is egregious. That specifically. However, there's like I wanted to get an outfit for Bunny, and it's $2, so I don't think that's bad. You know, it's a bit back and forth there. You know. But yeah, I agree. Also, too, I don't know how much Warframe you've played, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of monetization in that too. Also, being free to play, it's what they had to do.
Yeah, and I understand that to a point. Like, I did do my time on Warframe, as I'm sure a lot of other people in the chat or even here in the panel have in the past, because, like, honest to God, Warframe is the one that's been out the longest, and it's
TennoCon is actually this upcoming week.
Yeah, and like it's still surviving to this day, still steadily pumping out content. So you can't say that the game isn't a success. Warframe always worked on a moniker of like, you can go grind the bejesus out of this one thing, or you can pay $10 and have it right now. Like they've always done that, and that's fine. It leaves you the option, and when you have options, you're a little more inclined to maybe open the wallet every now and then. I'm okay with that. The biggest issue I have with this when it comes to the First Descendant is the fact that they are lying to our faces when it comes to the drop rates in this game.
I honestly don't think they are. I honestly
Really?
don't. I think it's RNG. Yeah, because there's certain things where I was absolutely shocked. I did like 5 times and I got a mod that drops at every 2.5%. So I was very happy about that. It was, I think, an ultimate mod. So I got that happened to me a couple times in different mods and stuff. And they have gone in detail stressing that these numbers are correct. So they're really putting themselves on the line on that question.
See, and that like I applaud them for being willing to do that, but like obviously the majority of my time spent on MK, but like I've been playing around and I'm trying to get what Freyna, I think her name is.
Yeah, I have Freyna. She's cool.
Yeah, you have to do one specific mission to get the last piece that you need, and it's like okay, 20% drop rate. Okay, so that's a 1 in 5 chance. Those odds aren't half bad. 2.5 hours of playing that mission, I still don't have the goddamn thing. Like, that is either the world's worst luck or something is amiss here. And being that it takes a minimum like 20 minutes to finish that mission, like that gives you an idea how many times I ran it. And it's like, yeah. But I don't want to just harp on the monetization because I feel like that would be unfair. I do, however, have issue with how monotonous the main story seems to be. Like you're going from section to section, and it really feels like you are just doing the same 5 missions over and over and over again.
But that could kind of, in a way, be leveled at Destiny as well. Like a lot of the Destiny level design is very similar in that, and very and here, just like in Destiny, you have like comms, people are talking to you, and story elements that are happening as you're doing that.
To a point, I would agree with you. I guess there's just a lot more polish on the Destiny front because they know we're already paying for it. Where this one, I feels like a little more love could be used here, at least in the variety of how the mission is put together. Like, because what I mean with that is like the mission is literally cookie cutter. This is the exact same mission I did over here that I am now doing over here. Literally like blow for blow, the exact same mission. And Destiny, while at its very, very core, maybe the exact same mission, the paint job is entirely different. Where like at its core, it's like escort the payload. Okay. But here it's like, well, now you have to carry it, or now you have to use it as a weapon, or now you have to protect somebody else who's doing the exact same thing. And it feels a little more diverse. I know, like, I'm sure my bias is coming out on that one, and I'll openly admit it. But I really feel like a little more love could be used to this game as far as like the quality and the spit and polish of it. Like, I don't hate it, but it's definitely missing that one thing that makes me not want to put it down. You know what I mean?
One thing too, one thing I've noticed too is like what you're talking about. Yeah, there's missions that are going to be like 2 or 3 minutes, real short, maybe 5 minutes at the most. And those are very similar to the kind of like the patrol type things Destiny has.
Yes,
so
there
like,
you go. Yeah,
so it's like they have their story missions, but they're more like patrol. However, the 20-minute missions you mentioned, I think are pretty awesome. And some of them introduce new enemies.
Yeah,
and
now
things
those
like
are good.
that. Those I really like. And there's a lot of those. There's like, I want to say most of the regions have at least 2 of them, and they're heavily replayable because of the drops and stuff you can get from them.
Yeah. But I definitely would love to spend more time on it. Like if Tekken and Mortal Kombat have their way, I'll never be playing anything else. Especially with new content dropping literally the day I get off the plane from EVO. It's like, okay, time to go play Takeda. But yeah, I would definitely love to spend more time with First Descendant, and I'm willing to let the game breathe because overall response of it has been pretty damn good. And I'm waiting for that one thing that just makes me go, all right, I'm in. And I was really, again, Nexon, I'm sorry. I know you partnered me and all that stuff, but like, I got to be honest. And if you're not honest, then the game can't get better. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Fair.
How about anybody else on the panel here? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm, taking over the whole thing. Like, what's everybody's thoughts on the First Descendant? Weigh in for me.
Well, it is your show, so if you took over the whole thing, it's like,
well, like it's my show, but I don't want it to be my show. Like,
of the gameplay I have watched, I think the HUD feels a little, I don't want to say messy or crowded, but it looks messy or crowded. And something about the gameplay for me, it just feels like I've seen this game before. Like nothing that I saw really like, oh, this is new and innovative and exciting, makes me want to play. Like if it just feels like I've seen this game already, just with a different coat of paint on it.
It definitely takes a lot of cues from its predecessors. Like there's a lot of Warframe in it. There is definitely a lot of Destiny in it. There's even some Division in it. And I forgive that to a point because when you're in that genre, how original can you really make the UI? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It looks okay. Like that would be one like, oh, here's this free to play copy of it. Like, okay, I'll an hour or two maybe. But
it is free to play. It's
even better.
Yeah, completely free to play.
Yeah.
I was even telling Sparkz about it. He was like, should I research this before the podcast? Well, I was like, it's free to play. Go ahead, download it. Absolutely. Yeah. But how about you? How about you, Sparkz? Get to know you a little bit here. Like, is looter shooters anything that kind of interests you at all?
I've never played a looter shooter before. No, so I don't really play 3D games in general. They just give me nausea, so I don't really touch those.
Yeah, that's understandable. I used to be
the only one out of the ones you guys said. I play a lot of Diablo 4, so I like that game.
Oh, neat! Yeah, it's a great game.
You should make sure to follow Hoarder on Twitter then.
Spiritborn this week should be awesome. Look forward to seeing it.
All right, up or down, Squeak? Up or down?
That's what my cat was just doing.
Yeah, all the directions.
So I have 2 characters at level 40. I've got Viessa and Bunny at 40. I'm trying to get Freyna at 40. I'm very far into the campaign, but I still have 2 or 3 more regions to open up. One thing that's interesting is apparently the final 2 or 3 regions introduce some unique gameplay styles. So I'm interested to see what that means because I haven't seen it yet. And then, of course, it's an ongoing story. So there's not like a solid ending because Warframe couldn't have a solid ending, and Destiny, certainly the end of Destiny 1 with the stranger showing up, that certainly wasn't a completely solid ending. There.
Your journey is just beginning. I was like, huh?
So like what I played, I really do like, though. I will say, though, one thing, it's confusing. Some of the onboarding is really good, and some of it is very, very bad. Like you'll find out that if you haven't played Warframe, treasure chests in Warframe are kind of like these orbs, and you have to do a challenging type of mission. And if you defeat the challenging mission, you get to crack that orb open and see if you get something really awesome. They do that similar here in the First Descendant. If you don't know that, it is insane. You'll fight the giant kaiju boss battle, and they'll be like, well, there's nothing for you. Like the kaiju, when you defeat it, it's going to drop like components. It's going to drop some weapons and stuff, but it's not going to drop any descendant parts. It's not going to drop any ultimate pieces that you get by cracking open something you got in a different mission. it doesn't
feel like I
fully
may have gotten
explain it that
once or
well.
twice.
Then there's a thing called the stabilizer, where I kid you not, at some point you only have a quarter of a chance to get it, as in 0.4 for certain missions, and you don't need it. It's actually something that is nice, but it only gives you a few more percentage chance of getting something cool when you're cracking open those treasure box type things.
Damn. But all right, last up here. How about you, Curtis? You ever going to give the First Descendant a try?
Probably not, to be honest. Like, I like looter shooters, you know. I used to play Diablo 4 a lot. Used to play Borderlands. Used to be Destiny, like 1. I played a little bit of 2. You try to get me back into it, and I'm just like, I'm not trying to get sucked into this vortex again, because you know
One of
how
my
I
many
am.
failures as a father.
It was like, you know how I am. If I get started with something that's just gonna be, hey, we're going back on this rabbit hole, you know. So
Google gobble, one of us.
yeah, exactly. So
I tried it with him in Destiny. It did not
he
work.
literally tried to get me back into Destiny, because like I said, I was really big into Destiny 1. Josh and I did play Division 1 and 2 a whole lot together. So like I have nothing but utmost respect for looter shooters, but I was just like, nah. So I mean, I seen it come out. I played the open beta. I was like, it's cool, but I was like, I'm not going back down this rabbit hole.
It's funny you mentioned rabbit hole, because as you play the main campaign, you unlock Bunny, who is most people's favorite character, and she's actually adorable and just delightful. She's really good.
No means no. Not just playing.
Well, wait, Rag, for you? Cheeks. Just saying.
Okay.
Cheeks.
Yeah, my attention.
But all right. For those of you curious about the First Descendant, you can actually download it for free on pretty much any platform of your choice. Be sure to use creator code JCoonPrime or Hort Gamer if you decide to buy anything while you're checking it out. But now it's on to the main course of tonight, and that is the huge changes coming to Mortal Kombat 1. But is it too late? I personally don't think so, but my opinion is not the only one here at the moment. So, what is everybody hoping for? And I guess I should probably move you right up here.
Good idea.
Yeah. So, gigantic changes coming with Takeda's release literally next week. What are your thoughts?
I think it's good. We're finally taking a step in the right direction, and it's been so long. But because how much our game does well, just in general, we have the most selling fighting game. It's still a chance, because there's so many people who love Mortal Kombat, the series in general. For competitive, we always hope for a chance. We're always holding on to that sliver of hope that we aren't just going to get into the same thing. Next DLC character is the only character everybody plays. It's been really annoying with these last few characters. But it's only been the guest characters too. The ones from other MKs are not been good. Like Omni-Man hasn't been good. Quan, both of them are bottom 5. Like,
you wound me.
I'm talking about I'm talking tier list wise.
You're not putting Ermac in the bottom 5.
Yeah, no, not
okay.
him.
All right.
I said Quan and Omni-Man.
Oh,
Omni-Man. So I have seen everybody put him on the lower end of the tier list, and I think every single one of you is crazy. I really, really do. Yes, he needs help from a cameo to open people up, but once he does, you're dead.
Yeah, his movement speed's really good. It's just his mid-range. It's his mid-range, and just getting it started is what's really wrong with him. Even with cameos, he still really struggles with it, especially after the Lao nerfs. That's what really hit him. Because Lao just doesn't hit you while you're airborne anymore. You can just go through it with so many different moves now. And that's what Omni-Man really needed, because that's what he needed for mid-range. And it's just worse for mid-range now. So it didn't help him much.
Well, all in all together, just for the people who don't keep up with it as much, in addition to Takeda, which is going to be the character coming last to round out the beginning of the first combat pack, we're getting the balance patch. Some cameos are getting new moves entirely. There's going to be new ambush moves. And we're getting Farah, a new cameo. And then some characters are getting just general buffs, and some getting serious buffs, according to Ed Boon. Shouts to all my Natara mains. What's good, baby? Yeah. You know what? I would forgive all the, as much as I think that character does need some fine tuning. The only buff I would take with absolute 100% certainty is give me a different voice pack for that character.
Oh God, that'd be enough.
I try. Look, I've never seen Jennifer. I have nothing against the Megan Fox, right? Transform, okay, Megan's body, whatever. But my God, when the
Ninja
clips,
Turtles, I can't forgive her.
When the clips, the walk, the walk scene with the fucking shirt, just crap. But no, when Natara first opened her mouth, I'm like, oh, and she's bad. Oh, no.
She can't have either. Damn.
it was. I was like, which is worse, honestly, this or having to listen to Ronda Rousey play Sonya? I was sitting there like, man, at least Sonya was like good for a bit,
Yeah, until you heard like on repeat every single round, feet, ass, and nuts.
Still,
like
when she did her ender.
Yeah, that's feet, ass, and nuts. Like,
story, and then never addressed it. Like she's like, okay, she's dead, and we're moving on.
It's combat time.
I wish she had said it's combat time. I would have popped if she had said it's combat time, and then just run to her death.
So I have the thread up right here, straight from Ed Boon's Twitter. This Takeda build will also contain upcoming bug fixes and balance patch with significant improvements to the roster fighters, like serious buffs to Natara, new pop-up combo string for Li Mei, new portal boot kick for Quan Chi, a buff to EX teleport for Scorpion, and a crazy buff to uppercut jump cancel. Now, uppercut jump cancel, what, you need 2 bars to do?
I forget that's even a thing in the game.
Useless move.
I forget
I've
it's
only
even
ever
in the
seen
game.
it used once in tournament to avoid Jack's ground pound after a grab. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So here's my prediction with uppercut jump cancel. They are either going to drop this down to a single bar in order to do it, or
I don't think it'll be worth it. They have to get rid of that scaling.
It'll make it free.
Yeah, the scaling is what's keeping people from using it for the most part, because unless it's going to kill, it's just not worth the expense.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it at all. Especially,
and then the gravity scaling too.
Yeah,
from an uppercut.
Especially with how weird damage scaling tends to go in this game now. Rag, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but like I have never, at least to my recollection, remember Injustice severely scaling your damage if your combo started with a jump attack.
No.
Yeah, it didn't really do it.
No, it's only MK1, not even MK11. I've noticed that. It's been severe, especially for this game.
Yeah.
It's not been other games as much as this. MK1's different.
Like Omni-Man's bread and butter, like meterless combo, it's an easy 42%. But if I like, okay, they're going to dash in, so I'm just going to neutral jump up, hit a jump 1, and then go into my combo.
You're doing like 2% less.
Yeah, 2 or 3% less. It's actually insane.
Well, it was always a thing in older games, like it wouldn't do that because we always say stop starting your combo video with a jump in. Like we just want to see what the combo itself does. We're not going to count the jump in.
Yeah,
because you jump at the wrong person, you're just going to die for it. But just to touch on the second half of your question, is it too late? I'm going to side with Sparkz. I don't think it's too late. Because there's always going to be the doom and gloom crowd on Twitter that everything is going to be the death of the game. This, death of the game, that.
Dead.
Even when Injustice 2 had fallen off most of the major tournaments, there was still that hardcore, like you'd have 100, 120 players going to a tournament, and those were the players that were like the killers, like the ones that weren't playing the game and dropping it 2 weeks in. Those were the ones that were actually grinding the game. So even if you don't get as much of the casual players, the tournament crowd for NRS games never has a huge casual attendance beyond the first year. You always get down to that 120, 140 people that take the game serious.
I mean, how many tournaments have you and I alone attended just for Injustice 2, where like there were maybe 40 of us if we were lucky?
Yeah, and every pool you went into, like, oh, this is a death pool. There's a death pool. This is a death pool. It's like you don't get that free.
One of us were absolute die-in-the-wool killers in Injustice 2 by that time frame. But every single MK, like this is the part that really doesn't ever. It's like everybody just magically forgets this with every single NRS title. The first year it skyrockets, and then after that it dies down. Literally every single one of them has done this.
I don't even know if they forget. I think it's just the times we're in where it's just rage engagement bait farming.
Mm.
You want to say like this the most asinine thing because you know it's going to drive up your engagement, and you know
it's absolutely
it's easier to make money on being the negative person than it is to be the person who looks at it from. We've done this since time in the 3D games. It's not anything different. Just this is just the way things go.
But continuing with the thread, number one, serious buffs to Natara. Like, I got to be real here. I think a lot of people are looking at Natara the wrong way. Now, granted, I would give her a health bump, 100%. I would, because it's not fair that she has to play at 850 health. But yeah, he's a little frail, but so is Akuma. Akuma hits like a freight train, but he's a glass cannon. That's the give and take of him. I feel like Natara is the exact same way, where like she's lacking on defense, but her defense is her mobility. You got to be able to hit her. And some of the really batshit insane Nataras I've played, like, good luck landing a hit on them, let alone a solid one where you can actually get a combo.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that if I hadn't seen like Nataras just get jabbed out of the air trying to keep to the air, because the strength is that she's supposed to be able to just fly around the screen. Like that's the strength of the character. She's not ground mobility, she's air mobility. And I have been jabbed, poked, whatever out of so many things that I would be considered like the mix-ups in the air. Like it just and you can't make it too strong because then she's broke. So there's always that fine balance. I just think she needs just a little, I need a lot. Because you don't want to make her stupid. She just needs a little bit of a tweak. I think the health buff is a good thing. Maybe change a couple of the frames, but nothing too drastic, and then she's right as rain. But she's one of those characters where if you buff her the wrong way, she just becomes stupid.
Yeah, and I would agree with that 100%. Same with Scorpion. A buff to EX teleport. Now, somebody by all means enlighten me on this, but this is the first time I've seen a Scorpion actually able to attack right out of his teleport. So like what are you buffing to make this better when he can already do that?
Probably a hitbox. Just probably making the hitbox bigger, because when you do instant air, it whiffs, so they're probably just going to make it when you do an instant air, it'll just hit you as well. Because it does have a hitbox, but nobody knows about it.
Solid. All right. So moving on with the thread, Takeda build will have buffs to the coming cameo fighters, including Frost, new ambush move, Scorpion, new ambush move, Sector, missile improvements, Cyrax, bomb improvements, and Goro, many new ambush cancel options.
That's scary. That is terrifying to think of.
Now, I know Sparkz is definitely wringing his hands menacingly over the Goro buffs.
Hell yeah.
A new ambush move for Frost, I think that would be fantastic, because it feels like she just, like, unless you're just playing Kenshi and trying to get a straight hit to pull out Sento, you're not really using this character.
I think Frost is the worst cameo in the game, even worse than Shujinko. Like, she has no use. All summons in this game isn't good if they don't have a lot of good uses.
Yeah. Sector and Cyrax, depending on what they do with this, I could very quickly see them skyrocketing to the top of the tier list as far as the cameos go.
I'm happy they're giving Cyrax a bomb buff, because it feels like people only play that cameo for one move. But, you know.
Yep. Oh, no, not that one. Where that? Oh, my God.
I'm very excited for the Frost buff.
There we go. Yeah, that one's for you, Reg.
I had a... Yeah, man. The best thing they can do with Sector and Cyrax is just make them playable. Whether they're female or not, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, why people
that whole crowd
ballyhoo over there?
I never understood that.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
You know what? New timeline, bitches. Give me that woman Nightwolf too. Fuck it.
You know what? I'd be down for that. I'd definitely be down for that. But continuing with the thread, much more buffs, improvements not listed here. We'll be releasing detailed notes on the Takeda build early next week. All right, so we have an idea. Roster fighters appeared on many of the lists: Geras, Havoc, Shang Tsung, Sub-Zero, Quan Chi, Natara. So I'm honestly fine with them buffing everybody on that list except Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero, the downplay has gone on long enough.
I think they're going to nerf Cam, and so I think Sub-Zero does need the buffs. I'm pretty sure they're going to nerf Cam, and if they do, Sub-Zero will need the buffs. Because Sub-Zero and Cam is what makes them good. It's one team.
That's every character with Cam, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I play Chameleon Omni-Man, so, like, yeah, 100%. Here's why I feel like Sub-Zero gets downplayed way too much. Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of damage, but
not a lot of characters in this game do.
Yeah. He has hands down one of the most privileged down ones in this game. That thing reaches so damn far. See? Yep. See?
Got angry.
He has the most ambiguous dive kick ever. Even more ambiguous than Kung Lao. He can stop your offense on a dime. Like, anytime he wants. He has a mid-projectile that goes damn near full screen.
That hard knockdowns.
Yeah, that hard knockdowns. And he can mix your ass to Kingdom Come.
You know,
who cares if he's not doing a ton of damage? Who cares if the ice ball is too slow?
I'm of two minds with him. On one hand, like him and Scorpion, I like, you know, as the face of the franchise, I'm like, yeah, buff the face, make them good. On the other hand, as someone who, like Sparkz, had to deal with all the Wi-Fi Sub-Zeros and Scorpions of MK11 and eating 4-2 Fatal Blow whenever they got, like, no, that character can sit at the bottom for now. See you in MK2. Fuck that clone.
If they're gonna buff him, all I ask is they just give him what he had in the beta back and then leave it at that. Because in the beta, he was a solid character. He was mid-tier. If they just left him how he was, I don't think he deserved the nerf from the beta. There was no reason.
I'm with Rag on that one. He can continue sitting at the kiddie table for all I care.
We're gonna nerf Sub-Zero. Here's Johnny Cage. Have fun.
And see, I mean, that's another character. Sorry, my eye is really itchy at the moment. Johnny Cage doesn't do a ton of damage. Has one of the lower health banks in this game. Still fantastic.
Could you imagine if they gave
damage though?
Can you imagine if they gave that motherfucker like good damage?
It'd be MK9 all over again.
If people started actually building hype the way they were supposed to, everybody would be getting like 40% a hit.
Oh yeah.
I don't see anybody build hype optimally, and I'm like, why?
As somebody who has recently started playing Johnny Cage, I will openly admit, when you get that stray hit where you actually have time to build the hype meter, because like I've been playing like Johnny Sub-Zero. So like I get the built-in ice armor if they try to zone me. If I get my streams going,
hype build. Yeah.
Yeah. If I freeze, I get a free hype build. In the heat of the moment, it completely slips my mind. Oh, wait, I could have done that right here. So maybe a lot of people just forget about it.
I feel like if they actually optimize that, people would notice that he's even stronger than people even lead him on to be. Like after Jade Glade with Cam, you get a guaranteed hype build if it's blocked. Nobody still does that.
Yeah.
And you only need to do, if you do glasses and then you do the throwing your hands in the air, that's guaranteed full bar. You only need to do 2 hype specials and you get full.
Yep. But that is pretty much the extent of the thread. So at this point, and this will be for the entire panel, whether it be casually, competitively, we'll start with you, Sparkz. What are some changes that you personally hope to see with this change?
I hope to see just a meta change. I hope Armor in the Gore, even though I play Armor, I hope it gets removed. I also agree with everyone else. It's bad for the game. It's broke as shit. I'm just doing it in your face. Like, you have to respect me. I like it, but I agree with everybody else. It's bad for just the integrity of the game in the long run. It's bad for casuals. It's just, I'm just ready to see a big meta change is what I want to see.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that one. I actually posed that as an arguing point with somebody in Discord not too long ago where I was like, I want such and such on Omni-Man to be safe. You want that to be safe? And I was like, well, why can Kung Lao have it, but I can't? Either give it to everyone or take it away from him. Like, no in between. But moving on, Rag, what would you personally like to see in these balance changes?
I want Natara's wake up to be a mid because it's already unsafe on block. Like, why do I have a high wake up that's also unsafe that has no range and very little hits done? This seems kind of like getting kicked in the nuts 3 times over. I would like some
feels your pain.
It does. I would like some quality of life upgrades to the online
practice mode, please.
Online practice mode. Have they put the rooms back yet? Or
no, they haven't done it. It's still the same as the start of the game. There's nothing been new added to online.
Okay, that I want conquest mode to be overhauled so that it's actually fun and not just a chore to play.
Oh yeah, Invasions is hell to play.
Yeah, it just that'd be the focus for me. And then
they actually nerfed the level up system from Invasions. I went to level up Homelander. You now have to play if you already completed like a node, you can no longer gain XP from that node. You have to go to a different one. Oh, so I had to search around in Invasions for new nodes just to get XP for my character, because they also removed getting XP from towers. So you no longer get XP for your character from towers. So you have to individually go to different nodes. It's hell.
All right. So okay. So while I didn't, everyone who knows me knows that I had a big problem with Injustice 2's drop rate system for unlocking gear. I never had a full set of epic in the entire lifespan of the game. Whatever. I would like them.
Don't have grace and staff.
Right. Either give us the crypt where I just take gold coins and open chests to find what I want, not randomized like MK11, like just designated spots, or give me the Injustice 2 unlock system again, where I just have to play the game in any game mode and I unlock gear. Because I am not doing that crap anymore. I'm tired of it.
Or give us the money option again, like they did in MKX.
Yeah, here's $20. I get all the shit.
Just,
I will pay it. I will pay it. Oh man.
As a TO, that's just great for TOs, like offlines in general. Just give me the option.
Yeah. $20.
Hoarder, have you been playing this casually at all?
Very, very little. There's not much I can say since the game came out and launched. I mean, I think it looks very good. But I don't play that many fighting games. So.
Gotcha. And how about you, Kurt?
Haven't touched it, but Buff Melina, she needs help.
Yeah. God, no.
Wait, I have one more. It's crucial. Okay. Let me buy a $5 skin where half of the proceeds go to the Pro Tour.
I would love that.
Like they did it with MKX and with the Emerald skin and the Sub-Zero and the red things. And how much money was rated? Just give me $5. Half of it goes to the Pro Tour pot, and
everybody will buy it too.
And how much goodwill will that just all the answers are so I don't know if it's Warner Brothers, I don't know who it is, but all the answers seem very simple, and it's like, please, water, drink the water.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that because they just recently gave us a free Johnny Cage skin. I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second. While I love free things, everybody in the community loves free things. What they should have done is charged $5 for that skin and then tagged it to, this is going to go to season 2 of the Pro League. I guarantee you people would have still bought it.
Do that. And if you really want to lean into it and raise, because what's Tekken, like all the $1 million nut pots, here's how you do it. Okay. You have a foot of the month calendar with all the Mortal Kombat characters, and you sell it for like $10 a pop. And I guarantee we will have a $1 billion Pro Tour by the end of the year. Just lean into it. Street Fighter did. They got Jury's foot right in the foreground. Like just lean into it. Foot of the month.
The Jade Christmas calendar.
Yes.
That would sell so good.
Oh God, yeah, I would. But all right, my personal changes that I would like to see. Absolutely, I want XP to be way more accessible, way more plentiful across all modes. If a new character comes out and I want to level them up, because how I've pretty much done Invasions is okay, this new season I'm going to take this character through Invasions and just suffer through it to try and level up the character. DLC characters are 20 levels. So about halfway through Invasions, Homelander was done. It wasn't that hard. It was just tedious, annoying, and boring. The main roster characters are 30 levels.
35.
Oh, yeah.
It's even worse.
But yeah, make that way more accessible. Like, give us XP. Like, who cares? Who cares if somebody farms XP for the characters? Nobody cares. Literally no one. Just let them do it.
So I have
a
super quick question.
Yeah.
Does WB allow you to purchase XP or something that it lets you boost it? Okay.
Nope.
So yeah, I completely agree with Jay Kuhn then.
Yeah. I would love that as an option.
Okay.
Or
do not want to touch invasions, bro.
What is
because I'm a
Call of
spill a
Duty
little bit
has
of tea here.
those double XP weekends like Call of Duty did back. I don't know if they probably still do.
They did double XP weekend during CEO week.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
But here's the thing: the double XP builds were still honestly not enough. And I'm gonna spill a little bit of tea here. I know people that are like me. They have the PC version, they have the console version, so they can pretty much play anywhere. Like, I have the PC version, so I can practice while I'm at work. Super simple. And then it allows me to do like fun stuff like, oh, I modded myself onto Omni-Man. So if you ever watch my stream and I pick Omni-Man, you're going to see me playing with literally me. Like, I like doing stuff like that. But I have friends that hate invasions so much and want to be able to level up their characters that they will use services like WeMod or trainers for the game that allows them to just one-hit kill their way all the way through invasions. If you don't want them to do shit like that, then increase the XP gains. Secondly, what I would like to see is a more dedicated filter for connections. I am tired of like, oh, okay, well, this person's hardwired. And then the moment the match starts, it spikes up to like 170. Like, that shit is not okay.
They was doing that in MKX.
Yeah.
And 11. Mostly 11, but
Injustice 2 as well, man.
Yeah. Well, Injustice 2 was worse because it was first to 3. And the matchmaking sucked. So
Really? I will smack you with my non-existent mustache, sir.
I just see get his, but I don't get my quality comment put in there. I feel slighted.
Because I'm afraid of terms of service. If you say it, that's one thing. If I acknowledge it, that's something else.
Fine. Jay Kuhn plays with himself on stream. Confirmed.
You so
You knew it was coming. Ah.
Yeah, I did, and I left that door open, unfortunately. But hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, then who can you laugh at? Lastly, and I'm gonna be biased here, I would like, if for nothing else, since Sparkz is already saying that Omni-Man struggles, make Thunderclap, EX Thunderclap,
Go full screen.
Go full screen. Make it go full screen. Or if you're not going to give me that, then give me some options on Viltrumite stance that increase the pushback to where I'm not negative on every goddamn thing I do.
If he's going to get Thunderclap to go full screen, I want EX Push to be in mid.
I'm willing to trade that.
EX push for who?
Ermac.
Oh, hell yeah, please.
I think people are traumatized from MKX. You got to let that one go, people. All right. The war is over. You can go home, but, you know.
Hey, this one's like -31 on block. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all of you are already tactical blocking geniuses to begin with. So, like, quit crying.
No.
But, all right. Fantastic segment. I am eagerly awaiting what this update is going to come with. And a little tidbit for us going to EVO, we are going to get to play with that build at EVO. And
I'm just happy they were releasing the patch notes before the patch happened. For one,
Yeah.
I'm so happy about that.
Because this is one of the few times where they've given us a general time frame and they told us in advance what they're going to be doing.
It's so good. That's why I think the game has a chance to still live. They're finally communicating something before it happens.
I think the final step to this, and Killer Instinct does it. I'm not sure about maybe Tekken. No, Soul Calibur did too. Where in the patch notes they list the reasoning why they made a certain change. Like
Tekken does that.
Yeah, like that's the next and final step to this. Tell us what you're changing and why you felt it needed to be changed.
Street Fighter does that too now as well.
It's even better.
Yeah.
And
should follow suit.
Yeah, and we may not always agree with the changes, but at least we'll understand like what thought process went into it versus it's Safe.
Yeah, that would be a good reason. Like it would help us understand why they're doing it, so we don't get as mad.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody just argues with each other in the end of the day when there's no reason from anybody.
Yeah.
But all right, moving right along, Porter.
Yes.
Why don't you flex on us for a bit?
Okay. Well, in case you didn't know, everybody, I have Hoarder's Comic Flex. It's on the Hoarder Gamer YouTube channel. It's Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. We talk about games, comic books, toys. We toy around, you know. It's a fun time. And I just wanted to talk about absolute justice. So, a lot of people know who Amanda Waller is. Evil, monstrous,
goat.
but believes that she's doing what she's doing for the betterment of the world, if not the United States. Okay. Well, she's teamed up with a very scary mechanical being known as Failsafe, which is something that Bruce Wayne created in case he accidentally killed somebody. So if you went and killed somebody, this thing activates and it will hunt down and kill Batman. And it will take on the Justice League. It is quite terrifying, okay? Well, she teamed up with it, okay? And the Brainiac Queen, which has shown up recently and was a new creation for the House of Brainiac series from DC Comics. So she's teamed up with them, and now Oliver Queen, okay, and has an army of Amazos based on the Justice League members, and Failsafe is running them. This is probably going to be her chance to completely take over and wreck house. She has found a way to use the Amazos in order to take the powers away from metahumans. Superman falls out of the sky and from a gunshot in the first issue. So yeah, this stuff is really kind of crazy right now, and now we're finding out what's going on. And yeah, one of the biggest twists is Oliver Queen is on Amanda Waller's side.
So is this like their, I don't want to say equivalent, but is this like a Ultron-esque type of character for them, or?
I would say yes, but it gets wild because he's also now programmed with it's going to be hard to explain this. There's something called there's like another version of Bruce that he locked in his own mind. And now there's all these like versions of Batman that aren't Batman. Zur and R is what they are. And they're in Failsafe. So imagine the brilliant mind of Batman, but then also these really screwed up versions of Batman. And yeah, because what happened was Failsafe was reprogrammed. So, but yeah, the Failsafe story arc by Chip Zdarsky is awesome. And that was kind of the beginning of all of this. And that was in the Batman series.
So we talking like a Batman Who Laughs kind of thing, or not quite that extreme?
No, we're talking about, not quite that extreme, but he definitely wants to take Batman out because he believes that Batman killed the Penguin. He did not, but it seemed that way, and that's how Failsafe was activated.
Oh man, the Penguin can kill somebody important at least. I like the Penguin. You know,
I mean, I've always been a fan of the Penguin. I've always been fans of villains that are like, yeah, I did it.
It's the idea of Batman killing. If Batman is thought to be killing, then Failsafe is activated, as it's the Failsafe for Batman.
I think he's getting his own series, isn't he? I thought I saw him about.
Yeah.
Failsafe is
the Colin Farrell
Batman. The Penguin.
Oh yeah, and it looks amazing. Yeah, there's a trailer out for it.
Yeah, it looked pretty nice. So.
But speaking of trailers, here is our next subject, because everybody seems to be seeing red.
Yes.
Thanks to the brand new Captain America trailer. So, I gotta admit, I am pretty skeptical on the MCU as of late because, well, they can't all be winners, I guess. But this one definitely has me raising an eyebrow or two because, number one, I'm very impressed that Harrison Ford was willing to step up and take over the role that unfortunately was left behind by the late William Hurt and General Thunderbolt Ross. I'm even more impressed at the fact that somebody approached Harrison Ford and went, "We're going to make you a Hulk," and he went, "Okay." But what is everybody's thoughts on this so far? Like, I know it's just a teaser trailer, but as far as teasers go, that was a pretty lengthy trailer.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I'm a big Harrison Ford fan, so the scene with Sam and Thunderbolt Ross, I thought was really cool. I'm a little worried because there's certain political elements that are kind of questionable now in this storyline if they're going from the comic book. And the things that have been happening within like Palestine and all that, I guess that stuff's a little worrisome from some people I've talked to. Also, too, you said if it like this, if this can be a success, I think this has to be. I think this needs to be. I think people want to be excited because right now I've talked to people that are more excited except for the Red Hulk part at the end. People that are more excited by the Agatha All Along trailer.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I'm definitely more swinging towards Captain America just because, like, I guess you could say the magic side of comics have never really appealed to me all that much.
Okay.
So, yeah, like seeing the Agatha trailer, I was just kind of like, okay.
Because that was one of my favorite Disney Plus series. I really loved WandaVision. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I think Catherine Hahn killed it. I think she was really damn good.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, anybody speak up? Who's seen the trailer? What are your thoughts on it?
Trailer looked good. I mean, as you said, it has to be a hit because these last few things from MCU have been gutter trash. Let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one asked for Madam Web. Like, no one asked for, like, Eternals was... I loved the Eternals comic, but the way that the movie played out did not transfer well at all. The Black Widow movie wasn't all that great. It's just been a lot of misses after Endgame and Infinity War. Like this they need something to go right for them.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Sparkz? Have you seen the trailer?
No, I saw it on Twitter, but I never watched it.
Gotcha. So what? It comes out February, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like February 14th or February 15th, I think.
And I would naturally assume that we're going to get some type of extended trailer at Comic-Con.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. Basically, well, I hope they don't do it like they used to do. Will they be like, well, if you're in Hall H, here's 5 minutes of footage? Because it used to be a point where there are things you could only see if you're actually there at Comic-Con. They've gotten better with trailers and stuff, but when it comes like to cool footage and stuff like that, it's a kind of a coin flip. You don't know.
Especially in a situation where, like, at Comic-Con, like, if you're going to Hall H, you are pretty much going to be there all day. Like, that is your entire day.
Do we know if the Serpent Society thing still got cut, or was that confirmed to still be out of the movie, or did they...
Secret Serpent Society?
No, the Serpent Society. Because Seth Rollins was supposed to have a part in that movie, too. And I heard a couple of months ago that they cut that part out.
See, I don't know if the entire Serpent Society was cut out, but I believe that Seth Rollins was cut out. Yes.
I saw the trailer, and I'm a big Harrison Ford guy. I think he will do fine in the role of Thunderbolt Ross. I have no problem with him. I like Anthony Mackie. I like Falcon, Captain, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit. He's Captain America, Falcon, whatever. I'm going to side with Curtis. This movie needs to go well, but I don't have any faith that it will. I think Deadpool will kind of be the life preserver for this part of the MCU. But I don't think, even barring the political stuff, that this movie is going to do great. And it's a shame because the first Captain America, I thought, exceeded my expectations.
Oh, yeah.
To this day, that is still my favorite MCU movie.
I love that film.
The first one was a lot better. I went in not even being a fan of Captain America, and I walked out being a fan of Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Do we even need to come on, top 5 MCU movie all day?
And Civil War, which was technically kind of a Captain America film.
Yeah, but this phase, I don't like. Black Panther 2 could have been better. It was okay.
Oh, see, I really like that actually. I thought it was a touching goodbye from the characters as well as the actors themselves.
I gave it a solid B, and I would keep it at that. It was passable. I just wish they had done a little bit more with it. Multiverse of Madness was kind of a letdown for me. I think Spider-Man was kind of like the high point of this part. So this movie needs to do well. I just don't see it. Like, I think Deadpool will be that movie. I'm very excited for that. But this movie, I'm gonna go watch it because Harrison Ford, Anthony Mackie, both great. But Giancarlo Esposito's in it, so.
And isn't this movie meant to do crazy things? Like also kind of bring in some of the young Avengers, like a torch passing concept or something. Because I mean, at some point you got to start focusing on who the new Avengers are, right? I mean, we know that some of them, like Kate Bishop and
Miss Marvel.
Is Yelena going to be one, or is she a little too old for that? Maybe she's too old for that.
I thought they were going to pretty much hang Yelena in the back and have her in Thunderbolts.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that, actually. So, yeah, I mean, it's got to do a lot. It's got to kind of endure some characters that you're going to want to see for 10 movies,
And I think Kate Bishop did a really good job, and I liked Hawkeye. Hawkeye and Kate was good.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
I am a fan of the actress and the portrayal of the Miss Marvel character, even if there were some things about the series and the movie I thought the character was great.
Oh, she's fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, Kate was good. Yelena was solid. They're going to be building towards the Young Avengers, which means at some point they'll have to throw Miles in there. I'm still hoping for a Squirrel Girl cameo. I don't think we're going to get it, but that would be mine. Like, hey, Squirrel Girl.
It was going to be Milena Vaintrub at one time, but it fell apart.
Yeah. There needs to be something that really blows the water out with these kids. Make people want to, hey, I want to go see that Kate Bishop solo movie or that Elena team up with whoever, and I don't think they're quite there yet. But there's enough that they could work into this, depending on how they want to rework this part of the MCU. Whether they're going to keep going with Kang Dynasty and just recast him, or if they're going to switch gears and go to Galactus, I don't know. There's plenty of material to work with. It's just, can they find the right story to bring these characters together in a compelling way that's going to make me want to watch them for the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah. But all right. Speaking of superheroes, got one more thing to talk about here. And who's been keeping up with the boys? My man. All right. Boys season 4. Last episode was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was.
I was a bit torn on how to view it.
I see what you did there.
Firecracker was terrified when that happened. I don't know if you noticed that on her face. Firecracker was terrified when that happened.
Oh yeah. I mean, wouldn't you be?
Yes. I was like, oh my God. So at first I thought he was going to tear her arm off and beat him with it. That's what I thought he was doing. I thought he was just ripping the arm right off in the most painful way possible. But then I saw what he was doing. I was like, oh my God.
That would have been funnier, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, Homelander is definitely hitting his cracking point of going absolutely insane.
Yes.
Butcher is right on his coattails.
Yes.
Both of them, I wouldn't be surprised if, have they confirmed this is the final season?
No, next season is.
Yeah,
okay.
Season 5.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we, I really feel like we're going to see the end of Butcher by the end of this season. Homelander, I'm not so sure, but man, I am ready to watch it.
I can't believe I'm actually saddened at the thought that A-Train is probably going to get torn apart at some point, because I hated this character for so long, and now I'm rooting for him. It's weird.
Oh yeah,
same here.
The most rounded character, most round character of all of them. Yeah, because they honestly didn't know what they were doing with the Deep, and I'm kind of disappointed by that. But
yeah, the sad thing is that I know they'll never do it because you can't have the Superman character get bested like that. I really think if they wanted to, A-Train could probably take Homelander.
I think the fight
Like,
will
good
be
luck
good.
hitting me, motherfucker. Like,
I think the fight we're gonna. I'm sure they're gonna fight at some point, and Natrain's gonna run to that thing where he's gonna catch his hand and then snap it off. But I think the fight's gonna be good, because we haven't seen exactly how fast Homelander really is.
That's
we know that he grabbed Butcher and bolted away from a bomb at point blank range, so he's got to be at least somewhere in the same vein. But the fight's gonna be good. I'm just sad because I think A-Train's gonna get it, but. I do think that while he didn't play the same type of character in Rampage, shout out to Rampage, that Jeffrey Dean Morgan has a type of character and he nails it to perfection every single time.
So good at playing
he's awesome.
Dick. Oh my god.
Like that man, I'm like, this man is so fucking evil, and it's like I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's evil.
That man looks like the type of person that would steal candy from a baby and smile while he was doing it. Like, he is just, the best comparison I can give him, and I'm going to show my age here, and I do apologize. Who here saw What's Love Got to Do with It?
I have not.
Okay. Lawrence Fishburne is Ike Turner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Ooh, you couldn't wait to hate him. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is just like that. Like, you love him, but at the same time, it's like, I want to see the worst thing on earth happen to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of Walking Dead, so I know Negan very well. So
Yes. Although we still wound up rooting for Negan in the end.
There's a lot of changes around Negan and Negan himself, and yeah, but even in the comic book, it's like that too. A lot of changes with that character.
Yeah,
I do like this season's portrayal of Black Noir. He cracks me up every time he's on camera.
I love him so much.
It's the same guy. He's just actually showing his face now. It's just like, oh, I can fly. Like, yeah, dude, we all know that. Let me do something.
Have they even, like, because I haven't read the books or anything like that, and I know they have strayed way far away from the books at this point. Have they given any hint whatsoever as to who the new Black Noir is?
No, not yet.
Okay.
And I mean, so in the comic book, can I say it or not?
Yeah, we allowed to talk. Yeah,
I believe in the comic book, he's actually the big bad in the comic book.
Yeah, like
I was very interested that there was a new.
Oh yeah,
Black
he's
Noir
the
now.
Homelander clone in the comic book, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's the Homelander clone, and he's the one who he's cloned to kill Homelander if he ever goes off the deep end, and he basically goes insane waiting for that to happen. So he starts sneaking off and doing really and I'm not gonna, because Twitch.
And then
he does a lot of
he
does a lot of fucked up shit I can't talk about on Twitch. Takes pictures of it and then drops it off at Homelander, so Homelander thinks he's the one doing it, which is what leads to him going off the deep end.
I know what he did too. Oh god, you can't say it on Twitch.
Yeah, you can't say it on Twitch.
No. There's a lot of stuff in The Boys that you just can't.
There are plenty of YouTube videos you can go top 10 worst things of The Boys, and Black Noir will be like numbers 1 through 8.
All right, and we have a brand new episode coming Thursday.
Yeah, that's actually the season finale.
Perfect. Get to watch that before I get on the plane.
I'm hoping it's like 90 minutes because these other episodes have been around 65 minutes, 60 minutes. So I hope we get a nice juicy episode to be that season finale because they have to cover a lot.
Yeah, they do. And if you have not watched The Boys yet, get off your ass and do so. You can watch it right now, seasons 1 through 4. Right on Amazon Prime. What's up, Sparkz?
I said it's so worth it. It's a good show.
This man personally made sure to tell me, dude, I just got done binging like all of The Boys. So I'm ready to talk about it. And I'm like,
Sister Sage carries this season very well. Every time she's on camera, she's great.
Like the first 3 episodes were lackluster. It was just too slow.
Oh, shout out to the Sister Sage actress. You never got a shot at Powers season 3. And I will forever be mournful of that because you were Dynamite in that show too.
Yeah.
So are we able to talk about elements of the episode or not? Do we have to watch out for spoilers?
I mean, at this point,
I don't see why not.
It's been like 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wish they would stop having Huey sexually assaulted. Like that is getting insane.
Yeah.
And someone made the point, like, does the showrunner Eric Kripke hate the actor Jack Quaid? Because, like, I can't think of any other character that's gone through this much terribleness in a show. It's absolutely crazy.
He has definitely been shat on one form or another in every single season of this show.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I feel like it was their way of addressing a certain event that happened to Huey in the comic books. Again, Twitch. Can't talk about it. So this was like I don't even want to say like the diet, because it was still pretty fucked up. But what happened to him in the comics was way worse than what happened to him, just comparatively speaking. So maybe it was like their version of that. And we'll probably, I don't know, like Invincible, thing, in this, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if they're going to do that in the Invincible show. I don't think they will, but
I think they'll do something similar where it's like, like this was like the lighter version of what happened to Huey in the comics.
Yeah.
Which again, YouTube videos, plenty of, top 10.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I don't know. They have a lot to cover in the last episode.
Yes.
Homelander unraveling the quote unquote 7. The A-Train's gone off. He's run off with his family. No one knows where to find him. What's gonna happen with Deep and Noir? Is Deep gonna finally get killed by somebody? Is he gonna have a real, turnaround?
Like
Are we gonna have a memorial service for Ambrosius? Because she got did dirty.
Tilda Swinton was the voice.
I was like, yo, man, that's your girl. Like, she's got you down from day one, and you really? Like,
yeah.
Like, I never thought I would feel bad because it was meant to be somewhat comical, but like I still sat there going, like, you are a fucking piece of shit, man.
Here's the thing now, because
his character didn't have any actual true change for the entire series. It's kind of disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, if you are in the boys' universe, you should know if you're an octopus to stay away from this man. Because he's either going to get forced to eat you at a dinner table, or
that's right.
Yeah, he ate was it Timothy? I forget.
I think it was Timothy.
Yeah, you're either going to make you eat you raw, or he's going to leave you to suffocate for an excruciatingly long but still hilarious length of time.
So without spoiling it completely, real quick, at the end of the episode, all I'll say is Starlight looks up and you hear a creaking, like she's looking at a door opening. I think that's going to be Sister Sage.
They got me with that. They did a great job of that episode of introducing that character in the beginning, and by the end, I had forgotten that had even happened earlier on.
Yeah.
So when they circled back to it, I'm like, oh shit. Oh damn. And then they had the cut back with her in the bar, and it was like, oh, you got me. You got me.
I think with Sister Sage meeting that person earlier in the episode, I think that was just part of her like big master plan that like keeps getting alluded to, and she was the one going to that apartment, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think that because I think that this was part of her plan. Like she knew, because she said it when they met. You can't work with me because I'm smarter than you and I'm a black woman, and your ego won't allow for that. And I think she knew at some point he was going to kick her out, and this is all building towards something, whether it's the virus that they made up off of Gen V, or any of we haven't even seen those characters because they weren't in the last episode. I think they were in the episode before that, Sam and Kate.
Yeah, I think they were only supposed to have like one episode, I think, or characters from that show in one episode.
Yeah, so there's a lot of threads I'm looking forward to see how they kind of tie them in together, and then what the cliffhanger is going to be in season 5 or going into season 5.
Can I one crazy theory super quick? Yeah. The rumor is that Jared Padalecki is supposedly going to be in season 5, and my insane theory, get ready for it, I think he's going to be Ryan. I think it's going to be a time jump or something crazy where he's going to end up playing Ryan.
Have they ever done time travel in the books?
I don't know, but I don't mean a time travel. I mean just a time jump. So you go from like season, where this is in season 4 to season 5, and some time has elapsed, like 10, 15 years or something.
Gotcha.
It's just a theory I have based on how much I think that Jared Padalecki resembles Ryan if I think of Ryan older.
Okay, fair enough.
they have the answer. They could just go get Soldier Boy back. If they had just let that man do his job, they wouldn't have to be dealing with any of this.
Yeah.
They would just have Soldier Boy.
Clowns, don't worry. By the end of the boys, everybody's going to be dead.
Yeah.
I don't expect a happy ending.
Maeve was lucky. She got out. She lost her power. She's like, cool, I'm done. Peace.
Yeah.
But all right, time for the final topic of the night. It is something that I myself am looking forward to. I'm sure Sparkz is looking forward to it. Kurt is currently working, which is why you can't see him at the moment, towards it. And that is EVOs this weekend. So many of us will be traveling out to the scorching, fiery pits of hell, otherwise known as Las Vegas, to compete in what is going to be arguably one of the biggest esports events in the world, with over 10,000 in attendance.
Being 10,000, this is currently the biggest esports sport in the world of all time.
Yep, there you go. So, I am no stranger to EVO. I have gone for many, many moons, and I am starting to come back. Kurt has also been there for many, many, many years. And Sparkz, this is going to be your first one?
Oh, I'm not going this year.
Oh, no.
I didn't have the money.
Sponsors on the phone. Hell, I'll do it myself. What the hell y'all doing? Get Sparkz out there. But all right, Kurt, for those that may be going for the very first time, you have been to an EVO under the helm of Rick the Hado, have you not?
Yes. I've EVO 2014 was my first EVO that I've gone out, and every EVO I attend, I've been working as an artist. And before Artist Alley was a thing, because the first 3 years, I believe, 2014. Actually, no, 2016 is when they started doing Artist Alley. So 2014 and 2015, I was working in Gaming Generation's booth as an artist before they made artists do their own thing. So I was one of 5 original artists that was there before Artist Alley became popular into what it is now. So, I mean, dating back from 2014, before the whole EVO stage finals and everything, just seeing how EVO just keeps getting bigger and bigger each year is really impressive, you know?
Yeah. Haven't been there a few times myself. Like, I definitely miss some of the grassroots feel. Like, finals day, you had that big floor area right there that we all referred to as the pit. And everyone that was players that made it out of pools, or they sunk just before top 8, we all hung out there. There's still footage to this day of Injustice Gods Among Us, DJT versus Chris G. Chris G gets smacked around first time against DJT with Green Lantern. I'm sitting right there at the front, and Chris just immediately looks at me and just goes, and I'm like, all right, come here. And you can actually see me yelling at Chris on his way back to the seat. That, unfortunately, is no longer a thing at EVO. It's all in the stadiums now, which is good for the casual aspect, but that grassroots part, like, I do miss it. But you've been at EVO not only under the guise of, like, formerly Mr. Wizard and the Cannon Brothers, but now under the helm of Sony and Rick the Hado. What are some differences between how it was then and how it is now?
Then I'm going to say, like, since now that it's like under Sony, it's more worldwide, like more largely known to people. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to Mr. Wizard and everything, because, you know, when Wiz was in charge, it did have that little bit of grassroots feel and everything. And then I think it was the 1 year where they did broadcast on ESPN for a little bit, you know, that drew in more eyes to people. But since Rick took over, it's just gotten ridiculously huge. And shout outs to Rick for what he's been doing, because I'm really enjoying these throwback tournaments that they're doing, because of course Marvel 3 was the first year for the throwback. This year is Third Strike, and it's crazy to see 1,000+ entrants for Third Strike, and all of those Third Strike games are going to be run on cabinets, and
Yeah.
that's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is going to be absolutely insane. For the uninitiated, there is not a stable console version of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike that can be successfully ran on a tournament. So everything for the throwback tournament for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike at EVO this year is all going to be ran on arcade cabinets known as Super Guns. So no controller, no PS5, no lagless monitor. You take a seat at the arcade cabinet, best of luck. And that's pretty much how it's going to work.
Yeah,
And-
no button check, no
Yep,
nothing.
you
You
just
just
go.
you just select your characters, select what super you're going, and you're going.
Wow.
Now just be prepared for Third Strike. You're gonna see a lot of Chun-Li's, a lot of Yuns,
Ken.
and a lot of Kens.
Yeah.
That's literally the characters that run that game. If you see like someone pick like Necro, Hugo, or Sean, that's a character specialist, or Remy. Prepare to be in for a treat if you see someone like that on stage, because they know what they're getting involved with this with Third Strike.
You're going to see somebody play Makoto, and then someone else is going to die immediately.
Yes.
Oh, crap.
You're gonna see Makoto just yoke somebody up 3 times, and that stun bar just go instantly high, and it's just gonna be death.
You're going to see a middle-aged man with a half-smoked cigarette playing Q, and he's going to make you question life choices. As he taunts. Urgh.
Has a beer sitting on the cabinet as he's playing.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing with Third Strike. You will see a lot of taunts, and each character's taunt does something different. So it's not like being disrespectful or anything. In this day and age, taunts actually have meaning in Third Strike.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But let's see here. Like in comparison to like how Combo Breaker was, because Combo Breaker was like the first tournament I've been to where it didn't feel so much like a tournament, but more like a convention. Is that what people should expect this time around at EVO, where it's more of a spectacle that just so happens to have a tournament?
Yeah, to me, Combo Breaker is always going to be the celebration of games with like the large amount of numbers. Like, yeah, it has that convention type numbers like you would see. EVO is more like EVO has those ridiculous numbers for all the competitors and everything, but EVO has more of that convention vibe than a fighting game tournament vibe. You know what I mean? And that's not being disrespectful or anything. It's just how it is, how it's been like over the years because of, social media and pop culture going crazy. And then on top of that, you have like, your higher ups in Sony and your various Twitch influencers and so forth and so on coming out to EVO. I'm not gonna drop names or anything, but we all know who we're talking about and everything when it comes to that side of Twitch and Sony and everything. So, but
I mean, I'm not going to front. Given the current state of things, I would genuinely be shocked if we saw them show up this time around.
Well, plus, you
Never-
also. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I'll say you have all that. I think. Plus, didn't they say that this Evo is going to have like the largest like arcade that they've done? Because
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
you have that, and not only that, but you have all this. Plus, you're in Las Vegas. So when you're done with the games or whatever, you can go out and you can just be in Las Vegas, which in and of itself is its own adventure.
Yeah. We're going to be on the ass end of the strip this time, so if you're brave to journey into Old Vegas, have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, like whatever you want on the strip could be found in Old Vegas for a fraction of the price. So There's really nothing bad about old Vegas, but Vegas has solid food options wherever you go, and you're pretty much taken care of. And as we say in the DMV, we play the kids games at EVO, then the grown man games happen once we leave the convention floor. Go to casinos and do all that type of stuff. But we FGC, and FGC is full blown degeneracy to begin with. So
here's the thing: if you're going, spring for the water, okay? Because you're gonna need water if you're gonna be walking around outside.
Yes,
115 degrees is the driest heat in the world.
Oh my
Only
God.
place I've ever been where it's 11:30 at night and still 100 degrees outside.
Mhm.
And for the love of God, if you are among the thousands in attendance, please wash your ass and bring deodorant. It's going to be 100 degrees every day you're there, and the swamp ass will be in full effect. Wash your
I
ass.
will be carrying sticks of deodorant with me. Just come find me. I will give you some.
A super soaker filled with water and soap.
Yes.
I mean,
I wish I could get away with that.
That goes without saying, but once again, you know how people are at these events. You see the one person that has their tournament outfit, and that's the outfit that they wear all 3 days of the tournament.
Yeah.
And you just question their life choices, and
hey man, you turn the boxers inside out, turn them around, upside down. You get 4 days out them drawers.
Do the same thing with the socks,
There should be no excuse for not having decent personal hygiene.
Yeah.
Like, you stay in a hotel, hotels provide soap for free in the room.
Some of us are mounted to the wall now. Like,
they're mounted to the wall.
They got body wash and all that stuff. It's not for display, y'all. It's for to be used.
The bath bomb may cost you $15, but the soap is free.
Right?
I've gone to a lot of comic book and anime conventions, and you'd be surprised how many people don't know any of that. So,
oh, they know. They just choose to ignore it because they go with the old teenager mentality of like, well, I can't smell it.
It's
nobody
combat.
else does.
It's tactical warfare. I do it on purpose.
I've heard that one before.
It's a mind game, Break them down mentally. They can't focus on the game if they're smelling your, crack sweat.
Yeah, right.
But yes, going to EVO, please stay hydrated. Carry water with you. EVO probably will have those hydration stations in the convention. And I think in the last 2 years, they have provided a free water bottle with registration. I'm hoping that they continue to do that. So
I can confirm that they are.
And
so, yeah.
And when you're out and about, you owe it to yourself to hit up at least one Las Vegas buffet while you're out there.
Do what I cannot, because my surgery, that has been my number one fear of going to Vegas, is just all this food that I'm just not going to be able to eat because my stomach is now the size of a banana. So yes, do exactly what Rag said. Go enjoy. Don't go to one of the cheap ones. Spoil yourself. Go to one of the good ones. $30 entry fee, all you can eat. Go do it because I won't be able to.
If you want to spoil yourself with the buffet, you go to Bacchanal in Caesar's Palace. You can go to the Wynn. The Wynn has probably the third best buffet, and then there's the Wicked Spoon in Cosmopolitan. Those are the top 3 buffets on in the Strip. So you hit up one of those 3, you'll be good to go.
You're going to be laughing at me and the missus this weekend because I know we're going to go to lunch or dinner at some point together. Me and her just eating off the same plate, and you're just going to be laughing the whole time.
Hey, do what you got to do. I already got my plan settled for it. I know Friday night I'm going to go to my conveyor belt sushi place that I go to.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a place in Chicago or Illinois that I absolutely love that does that.
It's like, I can't remember the name of it, but when I look it up, it's going to pop up to me because it's going to be like, you were here last year. And I'm like, you damn right I was here last year.
Matter of fact, you hit me up when you go there because I think I may want to attend that.
It's probably going to be late, like as soon as I'm done on Friday. So,
okay.
And also for you guys that will be at EVO, I'll be at booth B27 in the Artist Alley. So if you hear my voice, just please come by, say hello. I got all the type of merch for all the various games. Like right now, like that's why, as Josh had explained, I don't have my camera on because I'm still working. Like we're still working right now. We're building. We're replenishing our Dragon Ball Fighters character rosters at the moment. So, and then we're like on demon time. So we got like 3 more days of work before I pack and I'm out because I'm leaving Thursday morning and I'm on a direct flight there. And then I'm just going straight to the venue and setting up my booth.
I'm doing the exact same thing, so I'll hit you up when I land.
I'll say one more point on the buffet front. I don't know if they still do this, but I have had friends get got like this before. Always verify that the bathroom is inside the buffet. Because some of them places before, a couple friends got where they put them outside, and the moment you step across that line, you're done. You got to pay for another place to get back in.
Yeah.
They are dirty, and you've never seen a way to refill your soda as quick as they were in those places.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta say, the awesome movie Go by Doug Liman. They had a thing in there where the shrimp at some of the buffets had iodine, just to keep them, fresh longer, and you can get very sick off that. If they still do that, I don't know, but just something I like to bring up to people, just so they know to be a little bit cautious.
Yeah. And hanging around the venue, this is going to be my own personal experience. If you are going for the first time, explore everything because, like Curtis just said, this is way more spectacle than it used to be. You are going to get, especially if you're a content creator, this is going to be an opportunity to rub shoulders with some of these guys. NetherRealm is going to be there. Capcom is going to be there. Representatives from Sony are going to be there. Bandai Namco is going to be there. Riot Games is going to be there. You're going to get to see a lot of stuff that hasn't been released yet. You're going to get to play a lot of stuff that has not been released yet. 2XKO is going to be there. I would all but guarantee Gundam is probably going to be there in some fashion because Bandai Namco has that releasing in just
Hyperfight 2 is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like a lot of people are going to be there. So
any chance at all of Injustice 3 being announced?
No. A-Train has a better chance of surviving this season than there does.
Ed Boon has gone out and said that they are not done with Injustice yet, but I would realistically, I would not see Injustice for at least another 2 years.
I really want to see a new Injustice game. I love Injustice.
I do too, awesome. Buddy. I do too. Like I am aching to play with Green Lantern again.
I just want to play with Dr. Fate again.
No, it's just the worst kind of person.
I play Tanya Goro. What?
Yeah,
I am
right. You're right.
And you know what? I'll take Dr. Fate over Deadshot, to be honest with you.
Oh, that character. If you have a partner YouTube channel that you can monetize, get your camera ready. Be prepared to film things. Because the last time I went, all the crowd reaction shots to the reveals and whatnot paid for my flight there and then some. So
oh wow,
I was watching game. I had I filmed the KOF teaser, the Dragon Ball Janemba thing. I'm like, I don't even play Dragon Ball. They film this real quick, bam. So
yep, have your cameras at the ready. Expect a lot of videos when I come back of the camera view just being like this in front of my phone. Like you're gonna see a lot of that.
But yeah, also get there early because the line to get in is going to be ridiculously long. And
what was it last year? Over an hour? People
something like that. Yeah, they're like I said, it's a learning process. So they learn from what happened last year, and they probably like address it a little bit. So
thank God my pools don't start until June.
And for the love of God, wash your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot harp on that enough.
We will double and triple down on that shit.
Like we will double down, triple down, quadruple down about personal hygiene. Absolutely. Like please, like no one wants to smell you. No one want. Like if you walk by me and you smell like 8 layers of funk and Ben Gay and stuff, I'm just going to be like, why are you here?
But all right, that is pretty much our show for tonight. So thank you everybody for coming in and hanging out with us. Before we go, Curtis, why don't you put yourself on the map and let everybody know where they can find you?
like I said, this weekend I'll be at EVO. So if you are attending to EVO, once again, I'm at table B27. I'll be right next to my good friend Siam, who runs Conmay Studios. So he's got the corner table. So if you see him on the corner, then I'm directly next to him. As far as social media goes, I'm on Twitter at Dynamik Beadwork, and pretty much I've been doing the Perlers since 2011. I want to say, yeah, 2011. And we do all the characters for all the various fighting games, pop culture, sports logos, comic books, whatever. Like, just hit me up if you want something. We got you covered.
Hell yeah. All right. I will see you backstage, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Sparkz, pleasure having you on, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why don't you put yourself on the map? Let everybody know where they can find you.
I just started streaming more consistently, so you can find me on Twitch at Sparkz23451, and I'm going to start up a YouTube channel in the upcoming weeks. Just playing Mortal Kombat, some Terraria, any games with friends. Just doing what I want. Don't really care.
Wait,
all right, I will see you backstage.
Nope. Wait, hold on. Don't kick him away yet.
Okay.
You thought you were going to escape. I told you. I'm going to yield my time and give it to me. I just whispered you the link. You will play this video for the people because you too must believe.
Dude, if this is copyrighted, I'm not playing it.
It is not copyrighted.
Official music video, yeah, that's copyrighted.
It's not because he has it all over Spotify. He posted everywhere. He himself. Nah, go ahead. You got to believe. We believe.
All right, hang on.
Believe.
Let's see. Present.
This is for the people.
Share screen. So this.
Yes.
His name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. He's love in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
The lighter's out.
This is absurd. With the 1980s or something.
Your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is a prestigious wave. Your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry and the prestigious world.
You too now believe in Joe Hendry.
I don't. And that's like 2.5 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I feel too. Yeah, put me back to stage. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah. Sparkz, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
I will see you backstage.
See you backstage.
All right. This stream derailed. Brought to you by Ragnarok. Put yourself on the fucking map, asshole.
Well, I, for one, believe in Joe Hendry. Just putting that out there. But you can find me on Twitter, Ragnarok_FTC. Get back into the Twitch game, hopefully, depending on what these quote-unquote major Natara buffs are, and if they can make Ermac slightly easier to play without having to break my fingers every time I select them on the screen. D&D, big booty, all that fun stuff. Praise be.
All right. I will see you backstage.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that, man?
I mean, it didn't derail until those last 5 minutes,
Like,
so I mean, we should be happy about that.
But all right, that was one hell of an episode. This was fun.
It was fun.
Oh my god. All right. Put yourself on the map, buddy.
Okay, everybody. I don't know why you would want to, but if you want to see more of me, twitch.tv/HoarderGamer. Right now, I'm doing a lot of the First Descendant. I might do Flintlock, and I'm very much looking forward to Star Wars Outlaws, but that's like in August. So, and then also at Hoarders Comic Flex Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central on the Hoarder Gamer YouTube channel.
All right. I will see you backstage. And last but not least, of course, if you're currently here, you already know where to find me. But thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support as always. Be sure to hit subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. Be sure to follow over on Twitch if you're watching there live. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all at JCoonPrime, TikTok at JCoonPrime. There will be some pretty heavy-duty streams coming in the next couple days before we leave for EVO. Expect a lot of Mortal Kombat, expect a lot of Tekken. Once we come back, we'll probably do more of the same leading up into the month of August, where our annual summer game series marathon will begin. I will have a post for you guys to vote on which series gets the spotlight this summer, as I do every single year. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your support, and just thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. It really means a ton. And I will see you guys later. Take care.